Hi, I'm Andrea Starr, and I'm a student in Dr. Beal's class for educational research. And I'm here to introduce my action plan. Um, some of it's hypothetical because we didn't have enough time to do the full research, but here it is. So, initially, my plan was to reduce aggression in the classroom, but after thinking about it a little bit more, I decided I wanted to reduce bullying. Because bullying is something that I feel very passionate about. Um, and I narrowed it down to this focus because I wanted to understand more tactics that I could do to help reduce the bullying in classrooms. I've experienced it firsthand and I witness it today as an adult and as a teacher. Um, Once I changed my focus, I first thought that I would consider preventing it, but just teaching about bullying and informing children about it really doesn't prevent it. So in all reality, I want to make an environment that helps support children or teens that are being bullied or who are the bullies. Um, because last year I taught lessons to inform my children. I'm a preschool teacher. Inform my children about bullying. And about 80% of my students, they understood it and everything, but it did not reduce the amount of bullying. So I used my data, and I got that information from my data that was handwritten notes and behavioral charts and uh, incident reports done through the school. Um, so thinking about that and looking back on the data, I would love to lessen bullying, but that's not a super realistic goal, I don't believe. I mean, it would be amazing, but it's not very realistic. So as an educator, I decided that I can create a classroom environment that is warm, safe, and open so that students are comfortable enough to come to me when they're bullied. You think it's common sense, but some classrooms are not warm and safe feeling. And you just need to build the relationships with your students so that they are comfortable to come to you about it. And so that all your students have a relationship with you so they won't need to act out. Because if they have a good relationship with you, they're going to want to impress you and make you happy. Also, I'm going to want to make my expectations clear, set them, keep my teaching rigorous, because if I'm not teaching rigorous things that are on their ZPD, children can get bored. And with boredom comes behaviors, and with some behaviors, bullying is included. So, according to the data that I found, there's many types of bullies. There's aggressive bullies, which is what we usually think of when we think of a bully in a school, shoving and kicking and stuff. There's a passive bully. Excuse me. They tend to hop in at the last minute after someone else instigates it. And then there's also different types of victims. There's a vicarious victim, which is usually targeted by the school climate and they have that constant feeling of being bullied. There's a false victim who makes false accusations for the attention. And the perpetual victim, which they've been bullied their whole lives and they've labeled themselves as a victim, which is sad. But a lot of children feel like that. So my plan to help reduce bullying in the classroom, but also create an environment that supports the safety and the loving and taking care of the children and creating those relationships involves a lot of stakeholders. So primarily, it would be the classroom teacher. But with a teacher, we have a team. We have the paraprofessionals. We have a special education teacher, the building directors, the principals, other student aides. They all need to be on the same page. So, if the classroom's atmosphere is to be changed, everyone must be on board. All adults will need to improve upon their positive intent, positive language, and building of relationships with students. Some things that can help with this. Not currently, last year, I was taking online learning courses over positive climate and positive intention and using positive wording. We also follow conscious discipline, which is a curriculum on how to redirect and work with children in a more positive way. It's very amazing. Conscious discipline is awesome, so if you have a chance, just look it up. And I feel that everyone should do this trainings. I know some schools, they train the teachers and the paras are like, I don't know what I'm doing. I think everyone needs the training. And also, I feel like there should be lessons on bullying and safety procedures for the children and the teaching staff so that we're all informed on how to handle children that have been bullied, children that are the bullies, and what happens if a child comes to you maybe after being beat up, how to have that safe space. A lot of information I found was on stopbullying.gov and also some other websites like the Department of Health and Human Services. So I feel that ensuring all staff is trained on trauma-informed teaching, it would greatly improve my action research goal. I think my dog just got my cat. Because currently I work in a trauma-informed district. I work with lower income families. We work with minorities. It's what my passion is for. And I think it's very important that even if you don't work with the lower economical families, you still should be trained on trauma-informed teaching. Something that I learned that was new is that, yes, the bullies and bullied may have socioeconomical differences. And yeah, most bullied children have impairments. Maybe they pick their nose, or they have a developmental disability or a physical disability. So angers me, but that's usually the case. But I did not know that most students that are bullies usually don't have the psychological ability to notice that the victim's upset. In my mind, I always thought, they're doing it because they know they're upset, man. But by statistics, based on another source by Lasik and Sokodowski, Lisa and Sadowski, that they don't even notice it. They don't have that psychological ability to. And that can be caused by issues and certain trauma or parenting in the early childhood. So teachers must assure that they address all children's differences, whether it be physical or mental or psychological. We must address those. We must teach for all levels of cognitiveness, all zones of proximal development. My bad. That way all our students are learning. We need to scaffold, make small groups, separate based on data, create the best classroom to help reduce bullying. And even if it doesn't reduce bullying, make it safe and comforting and like home for all the students so they can go to a teacher if they need to. I want my children to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel comfortable in my classroom. And I'm thinking it was either Piaget or someone else. I can't think. If a child isn't fed, feels safe, and has had sleep, they can't learn. We need to make sure we meet their necessities and their primary needs before we expect them to be successful in the classroom. But my action plan is to hopefully reduce bullying in the classroom, or at least build an environment that reduces the negativity that comes with bullying. And hopefully, I've started recently because last year I tried it out, but hopefully through research and my action, hopefully my classroom can become a safe and humble space for my students. But thank you. My name is Andrea Starr and I work at Pine Ridge Preschool. Thanks.